Welcome to Hitch Fit in 5.
So today we're going to talk about what is one of your lifelines for your healing journey. And we kind of say it in a funny way of chicken and dumbbells is what the Lord led you to that ended up being so transformational and really helping you move through that trauma.
Bringing myself back to that 18-year-old teenager, I was really struggling and no one knew. The shame, the pain that I was carrying, massive anxiety and depression. And God really gave me this lifeline in chicken and dumbbells. And what I didn't know at the time, I went into the gym wanting to build more muscle and look like the guys on the covers of magazines and whatnot. But what God knew that was much greater than those things was that every repetition I was doing with a dumbbell, every repetition, He had built literally a pharmacy in each of our muscles that every time you contract that muscle, it was releasing what is called myokines. Scientists call it hope molecules that are going through the bloodstream past the brain barrier and helping with things and combat things like anxiety and depression. The things that I was struggling with most, God gave me a lifeline in those two things. And I just remember at the time, like, it gets me emotional thinking about going back to that place and not knowing what was going on with me or how to control that. But every repetition I was doing, I was feeling better and better and better. And now with all the research we know and the studies we know, like, God knew what He was doing. He knew what He was doing. And, the research shows that working out is 1.5 times more effective for combating things like anxiety and depression than any medication and even counseling. Not that we're against counseling or medication for periods of time, but think about this, a lifeline that you can use every single day to keep yourself balanced.
Yeah, it's really fascinating because you shared, like, you were experiencing panic attacks. And when you started going to the gym and making this a part of your lifestyle without even realizing that, those things really subsided for you. So it really is fascinating how effective strength training specifically is for the mental health. So we talk so often about how we of course want strong bodies, we want strong bones, we want strong muscles, but what people don't understand a lot of times is the impact that the strength training and being in here in the gym has on that mental health.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a place in fitness world, we call it iron therapy. There's a lot of men that if you've gone through something similar as me, in that level of abuse, you carry a lot of shame. And the thought of even opening up about that is a scary thing to do. So, like, I don't want to go to traditional counseling. And again, I encourage you, when you're ready to take that step for healing, you need to find a community or someone that you love, that you can trust, that you can open up, because that's a big part of healing. But maybe you're not ready for that. And you need to get to a level where you're just balanced and you're breathing in some sort of way. And the gym is that place. So if you're like, oh man, I don't like to work out, I don't have time for that, make time for it. It is non-negotiable when it comes to anxiety and depression.
Yeah, because what it can do, it can help with those hormone levels. It can help with just your body being able to process that trauma through. It impacts sleep. Sometimes being able to get good sleep is very challenging for people. So there's all of these things. And a lot of times people are like, I don't know where to start. And it's, you start with what you can and you kind of just are able to build from there. But it's not just, this was something you started with and then continued on with for the rest of your life. And like you said, we know how impactful it is. And it's not that, medication and therapy may be a part of your journey and those may be tools you use, but this really, I'll use the word should here. It really should be, anybody who's gone through these things, this should be a part of that healing journey, because we know it's how God designed our bodies. It's actually so remarkable of how He created movement to be such a part of potential healing for us.
Yeah, and one other really big thing is how quickly it happens.
Yeah.
Where you start feeling quick, like within a week, 2 weeks, you start cleaning up the nutrition, start working out, and you're like, I feel like a completely new man.
Yep.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah. So if you're not sure where to start, that's what we have the Hitch Fit app for. So if you're like, I see that this is such a great tool, but I have no idea what to do, we would love to invite you to be a part of that community with us, learn how to work out and learn nutrition, which has such an impact on the brain and the healing journey too.
For the men out there, I just want you to know I'm praying for you. There is hope. There is freedom. Jesus Christ, dumbbells, chicken breast, community, and love.